Let me ask you something. What if the real finish line, the one that truly matters, isn't out there on the road, but it's actually deep inside your own head? Today, we are diving into the incredible new science of human endurance, and this idea that the key to unlocking what we're really capable of, well, it might have less to do with our muscles and everything to do with our minds.
And I mean, really think about it. We've all been there, right? That moment in a long run or a killer workout where it feels like someone just flipped a switch. Everything is shutting down. You have absolutely nothing left in the tank. Your legs feel like lead. Your lungs are burning. Your entire body is just screaming at you that you've hit some kind of hard biological limit. It feels like a crystal clear message from your body saying, "We are done here." But who's actually sending that message?
And this, right here, is the question that changes everything. What if that wall you hit isn't made of lactic acid and tired muscle fibers, but it's actually built out of your brain's perceptions and neural signals?
That game-changing question is really at the heart of Endure, this amazing book by Alex Hutchinson. He's a physicist who became a journalist, and he takes us on this journey deep into the science labs and out onto the race courses where this new understanding of performance is being figured out. It's like a frontier where neuroscience is shaking hands with pure grit.
So before we get into the new stuff, let's first get a handle on the old way of thinking. You know, the model that pretty much ran sports science for decades.
For the longest time, the story of endurance was pretty straightforward. It was mechanical. Your body was basically a machine, and your performance was just a battle against running out of stuff. You run out of fuel, your heart hits its maximum rate, your muscles get too acidic, and that's it, game over. These were seen as hard, non-negotiable limits.
But what if there's a ghost in that machine? A hidden controller that's actually pulling the levers behind the curtain? This is where the science takes a really fascinating turn.
It's called the central governor theory, and put simply, it means your brain is acting like a super cautious safety engineer. It's constantly taking in signals from all over your body. Your temperature, how much oxygen is in your muscles, your fuel levels, and it calculates what it thinks is a safe stopping point, way before you're in any actual catastrophic danger. It slams on the brakes for you. This quote from the book just nails it. The big idea here is that those feelings, pain, exhaustion, thirst, they aren't direct one-to-one readouts of your physical state. No, they are perceptions. They are signals that are generated and, more importantly, interpreted by your brain. Your brain isn't just along for the ride, it's the pilot of the plane.
Okay, so if our limits are being set by a nervous brain and not a failing body, what does that really mean for us? It means the wall we all dread, it's not a brick wall at all. It's more like a giant, stretchy, elastic band.
In this, right here, is the really profound part. That central governor in your brain is incredibly conservative. It's programmed to hold back a huge safety margin, a whole secret reserve of physical capacity you didn't even know you had. Your true biological breaking point is almost always way further out than your brain will ever let you get close to.
So, if hitting your limit is really just a negotiation with your own brain, how do you get better at negotiating? How do you convince your brain to let you tap into that secret reserve? Well, the research gives us some surprisingly simple and honestly powerful psychological tools to do just that.
What's so amazing about these is that they're not really about physiology, they're about neurology. They're brain hacks. Forcing a smile literally sends signals to your brain that can lower its perception of effort. Positive self-talk can actually reframe how your brain interprets those fatigue signals coming from your body. And caffeine, yeah, it works, but not by fueling your muscles. It works by blocking the receptors in your brain that signal fatigue. Every single one of these is a direct line to your central governor, a way to consciously tweak its settings. And hey, if you're a little skeptical about the one that sounds the most fluffy, the self-talk one, just listen to what Hutchinson himself concluded after all his research. He says it's the single biggest piece of advice he'd give to his younger self. I mean, that's a pretty powerful endorsement for the power of that little voice inside your head.
Now, of course, it's really tempting to hear all this and just think, great, it's all in my head. But the full picture, as the book makes really clear, is way more complex. It's this beautiful, intricate dance between your mind and your muscles, between what you perceive and what's physically happening. Look, the main point is this. Belief doesn't replace biology. You absolutely have to do the physical training. That's what builds the engine. And sure, talent helps. That's the chassis of the car. But your psychological state, your belief, your focus, that's the driver. That's what determines how much of that engine's power you actually get to put down on the road. Your mind is the key that unlocks your physical potential.
Which really just leaves us with one last powerful thought. The next time you're out there and you feel that wall coming up fast, just remember where it's actually being built. Knowing that your limits aren't fixed in stone, but are elastic and are governed by your own mind, well, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? How far are you willing to stretch them?